Thanks. I'll be brief, and I appreciate the opportunity to join you and Senator Sass and make a statement. Congratulations, Senator Coons, for taking the reins as chair of the Privacy, Technology, and Law Subcommittee, which I was pleased to reconstitute in this Congress. You have already demonstrated significant leadership. I look forward to your work and the cooperative efforts of Senator Sass in bringing, I hope, some policy and legislation before the full committee. This country stands at a crossroads as we grapple with the role of technology and social media in our lives and culture. I think Senator Sass summarized it. It's plus and it's minus. We're trying to look to the minus side, but should never overlook the plus side. For example, the right to privacy, especially for children, is one of the persistent concerns I share with many members of this committee. Every day, internet companies collect reams of personal data on Americans, including kids. But we cannot expect children to fully understand the consequences of their internet use and this collection process. Kids deserve, I believe, a chance to request a clean slate once they're old enough to appreciate the nature of internet data collection. That's why later this week I'll be reintroducing the Clean Slate for Kids Online Act, which would give every American an enforceable legal right to demand that website companies delete all personal information collected from or about the person when he or she was a child under the age of 13. The right to privacy and access to one's data could keep this subcommittee completely occupied. There's a lot more to explore, including the subject of today's hearing, which will examine how social media platforms use highly targeted algorithms to captivate and persuade us in every aspect of our life. Algorithms influence what we read, watch, buy, and how we engage. And they don't just affect our personal lives, they affect us on a global basis. For example, an independent civil rights audit last year found that Facebook is not sufficiently attuned to how its algorithms, quote, fuel extreme and polarizing content, close quote, and can drive people towards self-reinforcing echo chambers of extremism. Following the release of that audit, Chairman Coons led a letter to Facebook, which I was proud to join, that called on the company to do more to mitigate the spread of anti-Muslim extremism and bigotry on their platform. And last November, when Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg testified in this committee, I asked him about recent incidents where hate and conspiracy groups had used Facebook to plan and recruit, including the organizer of the conspiracy to kidnap Michigan's Governor Gretchen Whitmer and the so-called Kenosha Guard militia, which posted a, quote, call to arms on Facebook in the aftermath of the shooting of Jacob Blake in Kenosha, Wisconsin. That call to arms spread widely and was read by a 17-year-old vigilante named Kyle Rittenhouse, who traveled from Illinois to Wisconsin, where he allegedly shot and killed 2 people on the streets of Kenosha on August 25, 2020. That militia page was reportedly flagged at least 455 times to Facebook. However, Facebook found the page did not violate its standards, so it was left up. The response from Mr. Zuckerberg at the hearing was, and I quote, "It was a mistake. It was certainly an issue, and we're debriefing and figuring out how we can do better." Unfortunately, it's clear that they didn't figure out how to do better quickly enough. Not even 2 months later, a mob of domestic terrorists and violent extremists stormed this Capitol building in the January 6th coup attempt, fueled by widespread lies and conspiracy theories that claimed the election had been stolen from the former president. While the efforts to overturn a free and fair election were ultimately unsuccessful, the trauma of that harrowing day lingers on. After January 6th, the consequences of rampant hate and misinformation on social media platforms has never been clearer. We need social media companies to finally take real action to address the abuse and misuse of their platforms and the role that algorithms play in amplifying. I look forward to hearing from the witnesses, and I'm hopeful that this subcommittee can accomplish, under Chairman Coons' leadership, what we are expecting for an opportunity for this country in the right direction.